Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's March 8th, 2020. I'm over in the work area. This last week or so, I've been over here working, trying to clean up, organize, take care of all the construction materials and get ready for this coming season, getting seeds started and all. I have gotten some seeds started so far, and today what I'm going to share with you is the process I went through getting some of the seeds from asparagus plants started in some trays. And I have started asparagus seeds in the past in some of the 72 cell flats like you see me using regularly, starting our seeds for whether it's our brassicas, tomatoes, peppers, whatever. But this past fall, or actually after we had a couple of snowfalls, I went out to the asparagus beds that line the canalway, and I grabbed up some of the bushes from two different asparagus plants that had gone to fruit and produced seeds inside of those fruits. Because it was so late in the season, I decided to just take the big armful of these asparagus tops, which are just the plant tops that had started to dry out over the fall months, and I never got to them, and the berries developed, and inside of those berries are the black little hard seeds like big grains of sand. And so I just gathered those up and said I'll put them in the workshop in a place, and hopefully they won't get any more moisture to them, and the seeds will still be viable inside of the fruit. And so yesterday, the day before, I went out, gathered up those bushes that had all the berries on them. I stripped them. I made a little bit of a video that we'll cut to in just a second, showing how I stripped the berries off of the plants, then went ahead and I put all of the berries and the smaller branches inside of a garbage can, a plastic one. In the future, I'd recommend using a metal garbage can. And then I went ahead and used my paddle mixer, which is used typically for mixing mortar or mixing paint in a 5-gallon bucket, that sort of thing, hooked into my DeWalt cordless power drill. And I beat the berries off of the small little stems that attach the main stem of the asparagus plants, and hopefully breaking open some of those small berries with the fruit and the seed inside of them. And then I transferred those to a 5-gallon bucket, added water to it, used my 5-gallon bucket top that has a hole in the center of it, and did the same process again. I beat all of those berries inside of the 5-gallon bucket. Then I went ahead and strained those, used a window screen, just laid it on to get rid of the extra water. And the next thing I did was I took some of our used planters. So these are, they're a couple feet long, about 6, maybe 7 inches deep planters that are probably 5 inches in depth, length and width are probably 5 by 2 feet or so, and about 6 inches tall, about 6 inches tall. At one end, I did drill 3 holes about 1 to 1.5 inches up from the base so that there is drainage in it. And what I did was I used a lot of my soilless mixture. This is from the microgreens, so I harvested microgreens yesterday, so I brought that over here. I collect these all winter long, and I use those as the first base of the soilless mixture that I put in here. Put a thin layer of fresh soilless mixture on top of it. Then I go ahead and spread out the asparagus seeds, berries, and little stems, little fibrous parts as well, right on the surface, and then put about 1/2 inch of the soilless mixture, which is basically just perlite and peat moss. 1/2 inch on top of that, wet it down really well, and put it all in the coop area. And the coop does get some sunlight. There are some LED lights in there as well, but that will help to get these berries started and all. So I'm going to cut to the video showing you just how, as I walk you through the process that I went through, so you can see how it all worked out, and then we'll be right back. So these are the asparagus tops that grow up after the You've harvested them, and in the fall I went out and collected these after the first couple of snowfalls in the very beginning of the winter. Then I took a whole bunch of them from, I think, 2 plants and just put them into the workshop and let them stay there. Then I just used my gloved hand to go ahead and field strip them, the berries and the small twigs, into a large garbage can. This is a plastic one. I'd use a metal one in the future. And strip all that off, get it in there, then use my cordless drill with a large paint mixer paddle or a mortar mixer paddle, about 3 foot long. There's Hank giving me a hand there. I try to beat the berries, get them free from all the chaff, all the extra fibrous material there that's not useful. Blow it all out with the cordless leaf blower and get it down to just the smashed berries. Pick out whatever big brush that's there, get it all clean. Then I'm going to go ahead and transfer it into a 5-gallon bucket so that I can continue with the next process. Add water to the bucket, put a cover on it with a hole through it so the paddle mixer can go in there and just beat and beat and beat these berries. It opens up the flesh of the berry and lets the seeds fall out as well. Now, then I screen it, put it into these planters. These are used planters, about 6-7 inches deep, holes drilled on one end at about 1 inch off of the base of the unit. Fill it with a soilless mixture, and then go ahead, put the berries and the seeds on top. Cover it with about 1/2 of an inch of the soilless mixture, which is just peat moss and perlite. Cover them up adequately. Get them brought over to the sink again, and then give them a good wetting down before I go ahead and put them out into the coop area, where they'll go ahead and stay until it's warm enough outside to bring them outside, and they can be just watered regularly out there, waiting to be transplanted in the future. So that's it right here. Okay, we're back. I hope that all was pretty much self-evident. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below in the comments section. If you thought the video was of value, please give us a thumbs up. And by all means, folks, have a super fantastic day. I'm really getting excited about this spring. We can get some fruit and vegetables started. Take care, folks. Bye-bye now.